Housing Development Progress. Number one and the best. Housing Development Progress. Number one. Number one. Housing Development Progress. Number one and the best. Housing Development Progress. Number one. Housing Development Progress. In Nigeria. Housing Development Progress. In Africa. Housing Development Program and the globe. Number one, Housing Development Program.
Thank you for joining me on another interesting episode of Housing Development. In here, you get informed on all that is ongoing in the housing sector. As always, I am Flora Ani, your housing diva. Coming up, cement price reduction, reality versus fallacy, hike in the increase of building materials and its impact on cost of housing in Nigeria. These and more will be coming your way right after the news making rounds in the housing sector. I will be back in a moment.
The Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, Redan, on Tuesday began its two-day conference with the theme Enhancing Investment and Finance Opportunities for Sustainable Real Estate Projects. Declaring the conference open was the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, represented by the Honorable Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, Alhaji Abdullahi Tiani Gwa. He reiterated the desire of the federal government to partner with the private sector to improve on the present housing needs of Nigerians.
As a ministry and in alignment with the vision and direction of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we are dedicated to creating a conducive environment that fosters increased private sector investment in housing. Our objective is to break all institutional, legal, and bureaucratic barriers that have hindered sector growth over the years.
The president of the association, Aliyu Wamako, earlier in his welcome address, stated that the association is ready to partner with government at all levels and other critical stakeholders to provide houses for Nigerians.
Human and Environmental Development Agenda Heather Resource Center has charged the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to investigate the reinstatement of dismissed Lagos State Building Control Agency (LABSCA) staff. This is disclosed in a letter signed by Heather's chairman Olarewaju Suraju, addressed to Sanwo-Olu, titled Unjustified Reinstatement of Dismissed LABSCA Staff Over Building Collapse. Urgent need to revisit the case. The human rights group expressed astonishment at the dismissed LABSCA officials' reabsorption into the service through a judicial process that remains inconclusive. It emphasized that justice should not be compromised and the continuity of sound government policies must be maintained as a government is a continuum. The organization urged the Lagos State government to act without sentiment and to preserve the rule of law while cleansing the system. Some families, including their children, are at risk of disease outbreak as they take shelter under the bridge in the Arekpo area of the Obafemi Awode local government area of Ogun State. Findings revealed that some children whose ages range from 4 to 7 years slept under the Arekpo underbridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway over the weekend with their parents and other relatives. One of them, a cobbler, Ibrahim Afiz, who said he came from Kano with his 6 children, said he could not afford to rent a house and had to settle under the bridge. On his part, the chairman of Bafemi Awode local government area, Adeshina Ogunshola, when contacted, said he would ask the divisional police officer to revisit the area and ascertain the state of things. The United Nations has confirmed that over 123,000 people have been displaced in the Gaza Strip since the outbreak of the conflict between Palestinian militants and Israel, adding that more than 73,000 are sheltering in schools, some of which have been designated emergency shelters. Speaking, Adnan Abu Hasna, A spokesman for the UN Agency of Palestinian Refugees said he expected the numbers to rise further. Israel has launched hundreds of strikes on Gaza since Saturday, when Hamas militants launched deadly attacks in Israel and fired thousands of rockets at the country.
That was a news headline. For more, do well to visit www.africanhousingnews.com. Researchers in the building sector have indicated that between 50 to 60% of the total construction input goes into building materials. With the current hike in the price of building materials, there is an urgent need to address the high cost of these products, which is said to have slowed down the growth of the building and construction sector in Nigeria. Let's take a listen to these professionals in the built environment as they weigh the implication in the reduction of building material prices.
Few weeks ago, the Cement Producers Association of Nigeria warned that the ongoing plan of the federal government to introduce concrete roads will raise the price of cement to 9,000 naira per bag from the current price of 5,000 naira. The above warning caused an uproar among those in the built environment. Sector stakeholders called on manufacturers to temper justice with mercy, as an increase in cement price will affect cost of housing, and this may in turn dash the hope of many Nigerians who have dreams of owning a home. In response, Voa Cement PLC last week announced the reduction of the price of its cement product to 3,500 naira per bag. It said the price reduction was in line with the commitment to spur development in the building materials and infrastructural sectors. This gesture has stirred reaction from Nigerians, who described the move as satisfactory and the right step in positively impacting the cost of housing in Nigeria if implemented, considering the hike in prices of building materials. Speaking on the impact the reduction of cement price will cause on housing in Nigeria if implemented, Director General, Federation of Construction Industry FOSI, Engineer Olubunmi Adekoje, said it will help the construction industry in Nigeria and also improve the economy.
We are elated because when Boa Cement came out and said it was going to reduce the cost of cement, we thought it was a mirage. But it came out yesterday to announce that he had reduced it to 3,005. We are elated because cement constitutes quite a high percentage of the cost of building in Nigeria. And you remember that the new Minister of Works, His Excellency Umahi, has said he wants us to go into construction of roads not only with bitumen but also look at using concrete, because we are aware concrete roads last longer. However, we needed the price of cement to be suitable. So we are glad to have the price of cement come down. It will help the construction industry in Nigeria, and we are hopeful that it will have a positive influence on the economy of Nigeria.
Also speaking, builder Alderton Ewa added that cement is one of the major ingredients in building, and the reduction in price will help people key into building houses in Nigeria.
You know, there are so many people that want to build houses, and the major ingredient in building is cement. So the moment cement is less in price, the more people will like to key into. But I believe they should know that if one particular company has brought down the cost, they should also key into, because ordinarily, if one person jacks up the price, everybody will jack up within 2 minutes. So I don't see any reason why they should delay. So as Boa has announced coming down, let Dangote and other cement Lafarge, key in and bring it lower.
For builder Kenneth Nwabuife Unduka, past president of the Nigerian Institute of Building, reducing cement price is a good development. If implemented, it will enhance the increase in housing delivery.
But when you look at it from the viewpoint of they've reduced it at ex-factory price, it's the same roads, the same bad road infrastructure that they will use to haul those materials across. It's the same cost of fuel that the transporters will use. It's the same, at least our what's it called, the foreign exchange has not changed. So looking at it superficially, it's a very good development, and which, if it is harvested and implemented, it will enhance the increase in housing delivery.
In the last 2 years, prices of essential building materials like cement, reinforcement, paint, sanitary fittings, sand, roofing sheets, tiles and granite have risen by over 50%, which has led to a drastic increase in house prices, making them unaffordable for the average Nigerian. A deliberate decision to reduce cost will definitely represent a giant stride towards easing the financial burden on aspiring homeowners.
Across markets in Nigeria, the cost of buying building materials are on the rise almost on a weekly basis. The average price of 9-inch block is between the price range 350 naira to 400 naira. This is as a result of the high cost of buying cement, which is a very key material. In Nigeria today, a bag of cement is sold between 4,900 naira to 5,000 naira. One of the cement brands in Nigeria announced a reduction of 30%. A visit to major cement dealers in Abuja reveals these findings. Have a look.
The hike in the cost of building materials has taken a depressing shift in Nigeria, as many complained bitterly about the unbearable increase in building materials, which has affected the delivery and development of the housing sector in Nigeria. However, in contrast to the popular belief about the high cost of building materials, there seems to be an exception to this uproar: the Boa cement. Recently, the price of a popular cement brand in Nigeria, Boa Cement, announced a cut down of 30%, which loosely means a reduction to 3,500 naira. Where there seems to be some speculations about the authenticity of this new development, retailers are yet to sell the Boa Cement for the proposed amount, as they disagreed on the amount vehemently, stating the price is yet to change from the complaint. For this reason, Boa Cement has been scarce in the local market, even as retailers maintain old prices. Speaking with major cement dealers here in Abuja, who expressed their concern about the new announcement and how it has yet to reflect on their businesses, as they still buy the cement at the old price.
Boa coming on air to announce that they have reduced price of cement to 3.5 is really affecting us that it's dealing on cement, because it's supposed to be said specifically this is company factory price 3.5, not how much they sell to the end users. You understand? Most customers will come to your shop and say the price of cement is now 3,500, forgetting the fact that we are buying from company, as he said, which they have never implemented. But we are having this, the speculation that is going to go for 3.5, which we later hear the news that is selling for 3.5 in the company. So if you buy for 3.5, you have to use your trailer to bring, pay the cost of trailer, pay the cost of to transport it from Obila to Abuja here, which the cost of diesel is 1,100 per liter. At the end of the day, it should be in your hand like 4,400 or 4,500. So meaning that you will still sell to the end users like 4,800, because you have to make your own profit. So customers will come and say that cement is 3.5. Why cement is not 3.5? And it's giving us stress.
Also, in the same vein, another major cement dealer in Abuja has made an unsatisfactory comment about the new crash price of Boa Cement, saying the company has yet to confirm and make an official statement about the new price, saying the price flying all over is from social media and not from the Boa company itself.
The factory price is 3.5. Doesn't mean that you can buy a 3.5 at retail shop, because him telling us to come and buy a 3.5 means that you go to the factory and buy a 3.5, and then you pay diesel. Diesel at free station is 1,050 naira per liter. So you buy a 3.5, then you pay for the diesel, the car that will bring it plus insurance. It's still at 4,000 something. We are still buying at rates 4,500. So retail price is 4.6, and the capacity is not in Boa. he doesn't have the capacity to contain the pressure. The pressure is now in Abuja now, and he cannot deliver. Many people are there, and the queue is much. They can't pay, they can't handle it. Unless the only way the price will come down is if Dangote can come down to the same price, then we might be still selling for 6. But at least the way it is now, cement is still high and Abuja is scarce.
Over the years, cement purchases have played a huge role in the building of construction and general housing development, and for this reason, influenced the overall decisions and status quo of many building contractors and real estate developers. With the proposed reduction in Abuja cement, there will be definitely a paradigm shift in the growth of housing development, but what looks impressive seems to be uncertain as consumers are yet to get the price of the cement in the desired rate.
We don't have road, and you see at times if it is raining, you will see a lot of people will go by the roadside. They'll be thrown dead on the main road. We also doesn't have toilet. You will see a toilet, you will still have to 30 tenants, they are using one. You can't leave your door open, go and buy something. Before you will know, Babambola will enter. By the time you will take them to police station, 1 hour is too much, the police people will release them. In fact, we don't know what is happening.
This is the situation with many citizens in not just Nigeria. Are we ready for this conversation? What is the plight of an average Nigerian citizen in regards to housing? Housing is a fundamental human right, and these issues must be addressed.
It's good news. Are you a stakeholder in the built environment, or you are looking for an authentic, credible source for housing and construction news in Africa? You now have an opportunity. Africa International Housing Show has now created a unique opportunity for you by establishing a full-fledged housing television, the first of its kind in Africa. You can now access information on home ownership, rental, building materials, finance, real estate, and insurance, among others, all on Housing TV Africa, channel 149 on StarTime.
Welcome back. Cement price reduction, reality versus fallacy there. Alright, moving on. On Voices on the Street, Nigerians react to the hike in prices of building materials, especially the price of cement. Watch this.
I can't talk about cement because really what they used to produce cement, I believe 100% of it were on this country. So I can't talk about cement because we don't used to import cement. We produce cement here in Nigeria. Now, when you look at all these materials, they have been, imports from other country, and the exchange of dollar now, currently now, all of us know how much is dollar to naira, and we use dollar to buy all these products. So now, the dollar issue, the fuel issue, indeed, it will make everything escalate. It will push up the price of building material. If the government will come to partner with us, if the government, I believe the government know what to do, and if they are beginning to do what is necessary, I believe in a couple of years, this country will be a better country. But when they fail to do the needful, that is what I would say, it will affect me and you. It will even affect them too, that is the power, because they fail to do what is necessary.
The rate of dollar to naira is very high, and it's affecting the whole building material in general. So, talking about ties, which are into, apart from dollar, what make tie commodity to be skyrocketed based on one, the basket. Transport fare is high. From Lagos to Abuja, One before now, we do pay like 400, 500,000. Not talking about gas as well. Now it's almost a million plus transport fare. So that affects transportation affects the cost as well. Now talking about building, the major thing you talk about steel and cement. Cement is 5,000. But I heard that Abuja want to reduce it to 3,500. That they should do something to balance the equation, to make things fair for builders.
Yes, it affected us in everything, both to landlord, both with the seller, everything costly. We are praying that let our government put eyes on it, especially cement. Cement is the most thing that we use in the house. So we are begging that let them bring the cement down, the low of cement down for us, so that with the poor masses we can afford it to build our own house. When I built my own house that I'm living, I bought cement in a price of 700 naira. But right now, when people are buying cement of 5,000, landlords are some landlords now, their increasement, ordinary Nigeria cannot pay for their house rent.
First and foremost, we'll talk about the cement, because the cement is very high. Because by the time you purchase a cement of 6,000, 5,000, then after the cost of blocks, the workers, you now want to put the house on rent, you have to calculate all this. And the basic thing that we are suffering now is just the cement. Because once the cement is high, and we cannot be able to rent the houses.
Like you can see now, you see people moving up and down. Not that they are buying anything, they just come to confirm prices, because where the country is now, the situation of the country has affected everything. We are suffering. It has affected the cost of housing too, because when these customers come and buy these goods at a very high price, it will make them, when after building, they would increase the price of housing, the rents and everything is affected, and even transportation, bringing these goods to this place has increased too.
Welcome back, so glad you're still with me. The Nigerian Institute of Town Planners will be holding its 51st annual conference, which will focus on planning Nigerian settlement for climate change adaptation and flood resilience. The president of Nigerian Institute of Town Planners will give more details.
The Nigerian Institute of Town Planners is the foremost professional body in the area of physical planning, environmental management in Nigeria. And it has become imminent that issues of climate change must be addressed. And the challenges we are having from climate change is getting to an SOS level, that is save our soul. Now, the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, as part of its objectives, is to advocate for right things to be done. So as part of our advocacy, we tend to achieve public awareness and make people understand that we need to do certain things that will provide resilience for our environmental factors. We also need to do some things that will make our environment to resist, the challenges of climate change, that is through adaptation. So one thing we intend to gain is that the public will be very much aware and their attitudes to environment will be corrected. Nigeria will be safer to live in, especially to stand in the face of climate change impact. Yes, it is important for Nigerians to attend because to be informed is the most critical thing. So if you are not informed on how to do certain things, when you are faced with it, you won't be able to get out of the problem. That is why we call all Nigerians that we will salvage our environment, we will salvage our houses, we will salvage ourselves from the pains of losing people and property to floods if only we come to be enlightened through this conference. So we encourage people to come for this conference. It runs for 4 days. So it is a cheap conference in terms of financial costs compared to the quality of information that anybody is going to gain. So we invite Nigerians to participate, and all of us will be better off for it.
It's good news. Are you a stakeholder in the built environment, or you are looking for an authentic, credible source for housing and construction news in Africa? You now have an opportunity. Africa International Housing Show has now created a unique opportunity for you by establishing a full-fledged housing television, the first of its kind in Africa. You can now access information on home ownership, rental, building materials, finance, real estate, and insurance, among others, all on Housing TV Africa, channel 149 on StarTime.
The construction sector plays an essential role in the country's economic development. A reduction in the cost of building materials, especially cement, will promote growth and investment in infrastructure and housing development. We do hope that other manufacturers of cement will also consider a reduction in price. On that note, I end today's episode of Housing Development. Join me next week for another informative episode. I remain your housing diva, Flora Arnie. To have a pleasant day ahead.